program is brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana. How did you manage your end-of-year financial windfall? Some people got bonuses, others got a 13th check. Some got a very large chunk of their share from the Motelo Group. Others got paid back by their debtors, and some very fortunate ones got all four. For a lot of people, the end of year marks a time of coming into money, and for some, this could be in the tens of thousands. So, how did you plan for your financial windfall? Were you successful? It's bewildering how for some people, even after coming into so much money, there's still the dreaded cry of financial hardship at the beginning of every year. Year in and year out, January has been labeled a difficult month by many, as a lot of money was spent during the festive season on shopping, entertainment, travel and leisure. While the responsibilities and recurring financial commitments such as rent, school fees, groceries and everyday commies to work beckon, it's always as though those were never expected. To try to help those who may need the assistance to manage their finances better and move away from this unending struggle, we have invited financial advisor Kago Keotshwaetse to help us unpack.
Habits will always be channeled to your spendings, because a lot of us have certain habits that require us to spend. If I like football, I'll spend on football. If I like makeup, I'll do makeup. If I like travel, I'll do traveling. So a lot of these people, they have a habit. It's a habit that needs to be cured or changed, because you will tell them, no matter how many hours we spend here telling these people, as long as they don't take them within themselves to stop this habit of spending money towards November and December, only then January you have nothing. So we need to actually give them a chance, or mental, or I don't know what to call, mental overhaul, try and learn this thing, really learn the better financial habits, because no matter how much money you give them, they will spend it, and their habit is toward that excitement between November and December, where a lot of activities are there, a lot of events are there, a lot of traveling is there, a lot of eating is there, outing, a lot of, I think that's the highest economic drive, where a lot of money is run. When you don't have a business, you may say, look, acquiring, I will start something to sell there. I will do something at a football tournament, because people are coming together. So where the crowd, people have money, they have certain bonuses, and people can spend. Now, it is the emotional excitement at that particular moment that makes us to spend. So people need to unlearn this thing, because if you don't take it as a personal thing, no matter what I say to you, it needs to be a personal decision to say, look, I've done this, I've learned my lesson, now I need to do this.
You have somewhat a bit answered my next question, but how does one go about rationalizing and planning for madia they were not expecting? A lot of the times you find that sometimes people will pay you back. You are not expecting them to pay you back. Sometimes the bonus that you were anticipating is way more. And sometimes your share of Motelo is actually a larger chunk of money that you weren't anticipating. So how do you plan for that? I hear you talking about taking it upon one's self. But then when the money is there, how do you rationalize it?
Like I'm saying, money is an emotional thing. Once money, I always tell people when I do my trainings that never even go to shopping when you are hungry, because everything looks delicious.
Yeah.
It's not because it's delicious, it's your state at that moment, and you know you have the affordability to buy this thing. To them, because you are excited, you are hungry, you have money. So when money is there, there's an emotional thing. There's what you call dopamine, which deals with your, it's a hormone that deals with your happiness. Once it's secreted or released, your IQ will drop by 30%. You are going to operate at 70%. So it's even during buying, you can have that money go to a shopping mall. It's not like how we do how it can afford this. I can like that's what it means that or well above 100%. Like, okay, what did I spend on this? Now, it's like people, they are always excited. This is my money, I need it to let go. How about today? That money can't sleep. They can't even have that money more account thing. Immediately has an ability, so I see banning accept or banally mad. Hence why they will always leave madi go ratso until I allow 100 pulo a mo twaetse e twaetse gore khona go ketsa. Now I always secondly advise people to seek financial counseling. When you have money, just come to a financial consultant. Look, ke na le madi ke ya ba gaetso a tsene ke sa solo hela mme ha ke tsuru ke irang ka one. We will ask you, what were you planning for next year? What are some of your debts? What are some of your assets? If there is nothing, abana do to school fees, at least take those things, put them into at least basic needs. Pay rent up front, buy food, pay your service or bills that you have up front. If you have any debt, can you try to reduce them? Or you are expecting some lump sum money or whatever, 13th check, whatever, no matter the amount. Write a list in a preferential order priority list of things you want to achieve. Once you have them, now when the money comes, please take 24 hours accepting, then go to your priority list, see how you can slowly apportion this money according to what you have written. Because once you have money, your thinking capacity won't be as open as you don't have money.
Earlier you were mentioning professionals, financial professionals, right? I think personally, for me, in my humble opinion, sometimes the problem is not that the professionals are not there, but it's their accessibility. How aware are people that you can actually seek professional help, sometimes even for free? Because in other people's minds, if I'm going to see a professional, I need to pay.
I think right now there are a lot of organizations that non-profit making, starting from legal services, financial, medical, they can actually help you with that or raise money for that. But most of the time we have some seminars that we have, and post that seminars, I encourage people to attend such, because there are other services that can you get for free. It is upon us as individuals to look out for these services. I think internet or social media has made it easy for us that when you want something, just search it. There will be a lot of them. Go through them, ask them about the service that they provide. Don't assume, because a lot of us, we like to assume and think that's the reality. Whatever we assume is the reality, because a lot of us find ourselves in those situations where we think everything is paid for. I, for myself, I sometimes put out that I choose a certain month that for the first 10 months, I give people free advice, or I take elderly people, anyone who's 60 plus, I advise them for free. So such things, we put them on social media, we put them on our platforms where people can access publicly. And if you don't do that and you don't see that, you may have your grandmother who's having a pension payout. You could bring them and we advise them just for free. But when you know that you have to pay now, you are like, no, that one they have to pay. So such things are always there. There are certain organizations as well that can help you raise money if there is a need to raise money.
During our conversation, I didn't hear this part clearly. You could speak to how important budgeting is in this instance, but paying particular attention on how you can determine what kind or form of budgeting is suitable for you at any particular time.
No matter how many times you may say it, it's going to always, okay, I know people say money is boring, financial topics are boring. No matter how many times we say it, we will always repeat the same thing. Budgeting is very important, because even the country as a nation, as Botswana, we have a budgeting a year or budget for the year, and we give it to the ministers. The ministers will break it down to departments within the ministries, then they can know what the goals for the year are. If you don't do that, you are going to spend haphazardly. Anything that comes, you just put money out there, and you are not aware that the bank balance is reducing, and all of a sudden you are now using that now to pick and peel, close, pushing up, then there such errors. Because when you talk about budgeting, I have what I call the 3 M's of money. You need to know how to make money, which is your salaries, your businesses, or any source of income that you may find illegally. And then you need to manage that money. Now, that's where we have a problem. I have a book of Montalo where in it I have shared how a lot of us are able to make money and save it. The problem now comes at this managing part, which is the 3rd M is multiply. So we are failing to manage, hence why the multiplication part we cannot access. We are failing because we don't budget for what we have. We'll have in Montalo, maybe with another 3 friends of us, we are 5, and we pop 1,000 per month. At the end of the year, That's like we have popped 12,000, I've popped 12,000, we have 60,000 in account, and you want to spend all that on food. You are like, okay, did we budget to have this? And you're like, okay, the grocery is okay, then we have the relish or the shabo. It's okay. At 5,000, you're like, okay, let's buy extra. Why? Why can't you at least sit down, buy a combi, and that starts to generate income, right? So that more money can come because we have budgeted. Okay, we need this much for this period. Let's not wait to have money then budget. Budget before the money comes. Because the moment you have money, like I'm saying, it's like natural that your mind kind of like locks, kind of like the excitement is too much, kind of like you are not thinking properly. After it's gone like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? And you know your car is a battery. You know the money will come, you're going to finish it, and in January is refusing to start like, hey, that 13th check, hey, that Motsalo money I could have used. Because we are failing to budget. The moment you budget, you put something here, you write it. Even if you know, though, you change it per month. Write them down, take them as you achieve them. Because even also when you achieve them, something, reward yourself. Take 200, go out, go and drink, go and have food, go in whatever. Enjoy yourself so you can appreciate yourself, because people think budgeting is like we don't want them to enjoy their money. But we are saying enjoy your money responsibly, and you can explain when the money went to. Not where in January, in February you recall what you have spent on and you call it budgeting. It's not budgeting, it's recalling expenses. So you need to budget in essence by writing. Today we have the technologies, phones, they can just go to App Store, Google Store, or download budgeting app. Just search budgeting app. You will find them there a lot. Just if it's compatible to you, that's fine. If you want to write, that's fine. Those two, you cannot tell me what there's nothing you can use that can help you. And I encourage people every day when you spend something in your notes, just write I've spent on sweets, airtime, fuel, and check your spending habits.